December 23rd of 2023, the Florida State University FSU Board of Trustees filed a lawsuit against the ACC. The lawsuit is the first step in FSU's process of leaving the conference. FSU claims that the ACC has mismanaged media rights and failed to generate revenue sufficient for the Seminoles. It also failed to maximize athletic opportunities for students while also generating absurd exit fees. Shortly following, Clemson also sued the ACC for similar reasons. Clemson and FSU might think this is a good choice to battle the ACC legally. However, this might just explode in their faces. As recently, the SEC and Big Ten, according to sources, are not interested in FSU, and Clemson and the lawsuit is one of the main reasons. If FSU and Clemson win their respective lawsuits and the ACC implodes, then no conference will accept FSU or Clemson out of fear that they will dismantle their conference. And even if the ACC implodes, the SEC and Big Ten would rather have North Carolina, Duke, Miami, and other ACC schools than FSU and such. Although the Big 12 is rumored to be interested, it doesn't seem likely that FSU and Clemson would join them. Where does the ACC, Clemson, and FSU go from here? Let's start by talking about the ACC potentially imploding. If the ACC loses Clemson and FSU, there are two scenarios. One, they recruit smaller schools or independents as a replacement. This would probably bring the ACC down in football relevance. However, the ACC would be more sustainable. Or two, the ACC lifts the grant of rights, allowing everyone to leave, and FSU and Clemson win the lawsuits. The grant of rights is what is keeping the ACC alive. You could argue every school could find somewhere else to go. Unless we are talking about Clemson and FSU, especially FSU, but we will talk about that later. The ACC can only really try and recruit smaller schools that could be solid in basketball and other sports. It could just keep the conference alive. Now, if the conference implodes, I have a good idea on where each ACC school would go during realignment. I think Cal, Stanford, and SMU will migrate either back to the Pac-12 or the Mountain West Conference. I don't really know where Clemson could go. They could safely go to the Big 12 and guarantee a safe spot for a little bit. Same with NC State and Miami. But however, I think UNC and Duke make it to the SEC straight away if the ACC loses the lawsuit. I think Clemson could get to the SEC or even Big 10 maybe after the lawsuits, but it will take time. Clemson should be fine in the Big 12 as they could dominate and also bring a grand return for the Big 12. Now Pitt, Syracuse, Louisville, and Boston College could luck out and go to the Big 10 possibly, or maybe they can safely go to the AAC. Maybe the SEC, or more realistically, the Sun Belt Conference could pick up Georgia Tech, Virginia, and Virginia Tech. Now this leaves the odd one out, and that is Florida State, in a way, the sole reason the ACC could implode, and this could just destroy FSU. FSU used to be something conferences were excited about, but after the current legal fights as well as being a disruptive partner, nobody wants FSU. Now they could follow Clemson to the Big 12, although they have less security, or hold the lawsuits, pay the exit fees, and try and see who wants them, because it is clear nobody is picking them, and Clemson because of lawsuits. The ACC might come after the conference who picks up FSU, so I kind of see why they wouldn't want these two schools. In conclusion, this could be like the Pac-12 where most of the schools jump ship and leave behind two schools. Although I hope the ACC survives, it is not likely. And as a Clemson fan, I am not sure where we will go from here. I think for their program's sake, that Clemson and FSU stop the lawsuits so they can have a future home, as they are in an insecure spot because of legal battles. Also, nearly every other ACC school is in a better spot than them. Even Wake Forest can go to the AAC. Anyway, what are your thoughts? If any ACC schools survive, who would? Leave your thoughts down below, and I will see you guys next time.